Alright, section 2.2, we're going to be going over graphs of equations and some symmetry. So with this first example, we want to graph the equation using the intercepts. So there's a couple of different methods to graphing equations. Sometimes we'll use the intercepts. Sometimes we might actually just use the slope. You can always do it with a table. So with this one, graphing with the intercepts, when you're doing linear, all you need is 2 points to graph the equation. And so we're given y equals x minus 5. All right, so intercept, we're going to do the y-intercept first. It's going to abbreviate y-int. So the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. So if you had a x and y plane, so at some point this graph would cross this y-axis. It's very important to know, if you're looking for the y-intercept, that the x value equals 0. That's the key, knowing that one or the other is 0. So if I want to find the y-intercept, I'm going to plug a 0 in for x. So we're going to do our equation. Y equals, this will be 0 minus 5, and when you simplify, you get y equals negative 5. So the ordered pair you get, x is 0, y is negative 5, so you get 0, negative 5. So on this graph, we will go from 0, 0 in the middle. We will go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make that point. That is 0, negative 5. All right, we will do the same thing for the x-intercept. All right, so when you're doing the x-intercept, this time it's important to know that the y value is 0. So it's always the opposite. So if you're looking for x, y is 0. If you're looking for y, x is 0. We'll do the same thing. We'll start with our original equation, but we're going to plug a 0 for y equals x minus 5. And then we'll solve for x by adding 5 to both sides. And we get 5 equals x. So the ordered pair we get this time, y is 0, x is 5. Ordered pair x comes first, so we get the ordered pair positive 5, 0. So plotting this on the graph, we will go from 0, we just go right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this ordered pair is 5, 0. And then you would just draw a line connecting those two dots. Okay, so let's insert this information. So first it says the intercepts are. So it doesn't say which one you need to put first. So just as long as you get them both, 0, comma, negative 5 for the y-intercept, and then comma, the x-intercept was 5, comma, 0. So it says type order pairs, use a comma to separate answers. So that's why you put a comma between them. Okay, now we want to graph, and I can't do it on the half screen. So we're going to enlarge the graph. We need to tell it which type of equation we're dealing with. This is a linear function. And from there you will just plot those 2 points. And you kind of see it's telling you the order pair up there, so you know if you're in the correct spot. So I'm looking for 0, negative 5 right there. And I'm going to save it. Now, if you're not familiar with what type of equation this will make, you can go, I believe you should be able to find it in the textbook. If you go to Help Me Solve This and pull up the textbook. Also, I have recently added, and you can find these online. I just searched for parent function images, but I've added this to the video folder in Blackboard. But you have y equals x, what the parent function looks like, so that's linear, tells you, and even tells you the symmetry. And then you have several other ones that you will hopefully become more familiar with throughout the semester. So these are the parent functions. You have that one, and then let me close this. I also in this folder added a parent functions plus. So this is a one that another person made, and it gives a little bit more detail, and It's in color, which I like, but it has a whole lot more. So it goes into like calculus and pre-cal functions. Like we won't go past like the first 2 pages. So this is the first page, and there's a second page, and that's pretty much most of what we'll use. We might see absolute value. I don't know if we'll see this integer function, but that's also there for you to help. So we've graphed this function. We're going to check it. I can go back and shrink it so I can see check, and it says good.